Chapter 2: A Hot Perspective. Chapter 2: A Hot Perspective. Upon his arrival at Sofia Grey's Spanish-style mansion in Beverly Hills, Memphis was immediately struck by the stark contrast between his world and hers. The estate was a masterclass in old-world elegance: terracotta roof tiles, wrought iron balconies, and archways framed sun-drenched courtyards. Lush gardens overflowed with bougainvillea and citrus trees, their fragrance drifted through the warm air. Inside, the cool, tiled floors and carved wooden doors spoke of tradition, while assistants moved effortlessly through the expansive rooms, their quiet efficiency blended into the backdrop of timeless luxury. Sofia herself was a vision of elegance and allure. Her caramel skin glowed under the California sun, her large brown eyes sparkled with a mischievous energy, and her full lips curled into a playful grin that seemed to draw Memphis, Indiana. Her presence was as commanding as the mansion she called home. She greeted him warmly at the entrance, her handshake firm yet inviting. "Memphis, so glad you could make it," she said. Her voice carried a soft Texan lilt that perfectly matched the laid-back charm of her home. It didn't surprise Memphis, he'd done his homework before the shoot. Though Sofia's family was Mexican, she'd been born and raised in Texas before carving out her life, an empire, in California. "Thanks for having me. This place is incredible," Memphis replied, genuinely impressed by the sprawling estate. "It's home," Sofia said with a wink. "Come, let me show you around." As they toured the residence, Memphis couldn't help but admire Sofia's confidence, which seemed to permeate every aspect of her environment. However, a moment of vulnerability caught his attention as they passed a mirror. Sofia paused to adjust her hair, and he caught a glimpse of uncertainty in her eyes. It was a fleeting moment, but it stayed with him, a reminder that beneath the polished surface, there was a real person with real insecurities. "This is the living room," Sofia announced as they stepped into a space bathed in sunlight, thanks to the floor-to-ceiling windows that offered a sweeping view of the city's skyline. The room carried the warmth and character of the house. Exposed wooden ceiling beams stretched overhead, their dark finish contrasted beautifully with the crisp white stucco walls. Earthy terracotta tiles lined the floor, which was partially covered by woven jute rugs. A pair of caramel leather armchairs flanked a low, hand-carved coffee table, its surface marked with delicate Spanish tile inlays. Deep navy and burnt orange cushions added pops of color to the linen sofas, while wrought iron light fixtures hung overhead and cast soft, golden light across the room. "Great light for shoots," Sofia added with a smile. "Do you love it?" Memphis nodded, already visualizing the potential photo shoots that could take place in such a setting. "Yeah, this is perfect." They concluded the tour there, then Memphis began to unpack his equipment. "How do you want to start?" he asked, as he adjusted his camera. Sofia tapped her chin thoughtfully. "I've got a choreographer coming in about an hour for some movement shots, but I really want to start by showing who I am. The real me," she said earnestly, but with a bit of control over the image. Memphis laughed. "Control but authentic. Got it." As he was setting up his gear, Sofia's phone rang. She stepped away to answer it, her tone sharp. "I said I'll handle it," she snapped into the phone, then glanced apologetically at Memphis before moving further away. Memphis focused on adjusting the lighting and allowed Sofia the privacy she needed, though his curiosity about her life beyond the camera grew. When she returned, her demeanor had shifted back to the upbeat, carefree persona she projected. "Everything okay?" Memphis asked casually. "Oh, you know, people love drama," she replied with a dismissive wave and a chuckle. "Perks of being famous." "Something like that," Memphis replied with slight amusement. The remainder of the day went smoothly. Sofia moved effortlessly in front of the camera, her professionalism evident as she transitioned from pose to pose. Memphis found himself increasingly absorbed in the rhythm of the shoot. Their collaborative energy made the work feel less like a job and more like a creative partnership. During a break, Sofia relaxed on a plush orange velvet couch and stretched her legs out comfortably. "You're good," she said. Like, really good. Not just Instagram photographer good. Memphis chuckled, flattered. Thanks, I think. It's a compliment, Sofia assured him with a smile. So, how'd you get into this? He leaned against the back of a chair, reflecting briefly before answering. Started with street photography back home. I really enjoyed capturing real moments, and it kind of spiraled from there. Real moments, Sofia echoed, her voice softening. That's what I want too. Sometimes I feel like I'm just a character playing a role for everyone else. But you're Sofia Grey. Isn't that part of the deal? Memphis asked. She sighed, a trace of weariness in her voice. Yeah, but it gets old. Sometimes I just want to be me. So be you, Memphis said simply. Her smile returned, genuine and warm. Maybe I will. As they wrapped up the day's session with some experimental shots, capturing Sofia in more unguarded moments, Memphis felt a sense of accomplishment and anticipation. The day had not only been a success in terms of work, but it had also opened a door to a potential new friendship. Today was just the beginning, Sofia said as they packed up. We've got some amazing spots all over LA lined up. You're going to love it. I can't wait to see more of the city, Memphis replied with a genuine smile. As they said their goodbyes, a comfortable silence fell between them, a mutual respect forming. See you tomorrow? Sofia asked, lighter in spirit. Wouldn't miss it, Memphis replied, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension about what the future held. As he left the grandeur of Sofia's home behind, he couldn't shake the feeling that this assignment might just redefine his career, and perhaps, his life.